This video discusses the evolving trends in the software user documentation industry. These individual trends abound around the world today, but if converged into a single documentation platform, it could be seen as a game changer. The framework of the documentation is constructed in three main parts, one being the content, which consists of 7 concept types, the second being the style representing brand, layout and readability, and finally, the output produced for various platform types. The original approach has been to present the content of the software documentation in a basic feature and function discussion. These trends and preferences can be implemented by adding visual instruction, learning, a knowledge base, job aids, reference materials, and search to the general software documentation. These additions may be developed and applied in a mix and match fashion. Originally known as basic topics, I am borrowing the term concepts from data to present the essential information of functional or feature topics of the software. Expanding on the basic topics, I am also borrowing the term tasks from data to present the procedural information required to illustrate step-by-step instructions of a function in the software. Research has indicated that many users prefer to be shown how to perform a task, rather than just read about it. So it would be appropriate to add some form of visual instruction into the documentation, such as a micro-video tutorial. Alternatively, more detailed or intensive instruction may also be presented using a learning asset on an LMS. Knowledge of users using the usual features like glossaries and frequently asked questions. This approach can also include collaboration with other users making use of wikis and forums. Further information can be presented using illustrations and reference tables. Sometimes it is necessary to expand on specific detailed reference material, which include issues like software commands and field parameters. There are also detailed lists of properties, interface descriptions, workflow diagrams, and flowcharts. Depending on the organization's business processes and the type of software in use, occasions do arise when access to large external documents, also known as job aids, should be made available to users, such as documents containing legal information, business procedures, legislative acts, or even links to external websites where appropriate knowledge can also be found. As part of the standard content, you have the usual index and search options. Now, just to conclude and emphasize, all the previous sectors discussed can all be developed and applied inclusively or entirely separately. These sectors should be defined and decided beforehand, and also as the business requirements and the software's functionality demand. Okay, now let's discuss each style used in my documentation framework. Plain writing is the use of clear and succinct language, designed to ensure that the reader understands the content as quickly and as completely as possible. It also strives to be easy to read and understood, avoiding jargon and verbose convoluted language. Effective writing is intended to create a more positive emotional experience for the user, and is called effective assistance. However, we should also understand that it is not for every user document I create, as it could be regarded as a tad patronizing. Choosing your words carefully could be both effective and not patronizing. Easy to understand language. This is a culmination of the plain and effective styles, and it is our main objective. There is all kinds of different technical jargon used within IT solutions and in software applications, which could be referred to as geek language. If these words are used in software documentation and read by non-IT readers, it could cause communication problems and a consequent misunderstanding of the content. There's a lot more to simple design than you think. Less is better, but be neutral and thorough, be conservative, but also make it pretty. The aesthetic quality of a product is integral to its usefulness, because products that are used every day have an effect on users and their well-being. Visual learning is learning best through seeing. This may involve presenting procedural and instructional content of a subject through techniques like images, screen grabs, video tutorials, mind maps, diagrams, graphs, flowcharts, infographics, and other visual representations for other forms of instruction. A knowledge base is an information repository that provides a means for knowledge to be gathered, organized, shared, searched, and used. The knowledge may come in a very detailed form of FAQs, how-tos, processes and procedures, tutorials, references, illustrations, and other forms of information. An index is an option that serves to facilitate a search of a reference alphabetized list of names and topics discussed in an online work, giving the page or links on which each item is mentioned. A search option provides the ability of the software documentation to automatically find strings of information entered by the user within the entire document. Adding value such as fast and effective support can be a key selling point. Your clients must know that while you are available, effective instructional user guides are also available 24/7. The brand value of your software is enhanced when your users realize that they are receiving quality and useful assistance associated with your software products, which is online and available 24/7. Let's have a look at some of the output formats. The online help format can run on almost any browser or platform, or in the cloud or even embedded, but this involves more involvement on the part of your developers. HTML5 is the newest generation of browser markup language for structuring and presenting help content. Mobile help is deployed to mobile devices, while for those who require online printable documents, PDF is available. The learning output option is provided to serve one of two scenarios: micro-learning assets for quick specific visual instruction, and full learning videos presented in an LMS environment to produce a full course or certification training for your software.